Have you ever wondered if perfection is truly attainable, or is it just an illusion that we chase endlessly? Let's ponder over this for a moment. Society, it seems, is obsessed with the idea of perfection. We're constantly bombarded with images of flawless beauty, impeccable style, and unblemished success. But what is the cost of this relentless pursuit? It burdens individuals with an immense pressure, a constant striving for an ideal that in reality may be impossible to achieve. Think of the many renowned figures who have spoken about the unattainability of perfection. Consider the words of Leonard Cohen, who famously proclaimed, "There is a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in." Or take a moment to reflect on the wisdom of Marilyn Monroe, who once said, "Imperfection is beauty, madness is genius, and it's better to be absolutely ridiculous than absolutely boring." As we delve deeper into this topic, remember this quote by Salvador Dali: "Have no fear of perfection, you'll never reach it." Now imagine a young artist named Sarah who was always striving for perfection. Sarah was an extraordinarily talented artist, one who could paint worlds on a canvas and bring them to life. Yet she was perpetually unsatisfied. Every brushstroke, every color blend, every shadow had to be flawless. The pursuit of perfection became her obsession, and it began to weigh her down. The joy she once found in her art was replaced with stress. The canvas she once loved, now a battlefield of self-imposed expectations. She pushed herself relentlessly, seeking a perfection that remained ever elusive. Her works, though technically impeccable, lacked something. They were perfect, but they were not alive. They did not speak to the heart or stir the soul. She was creating art, but she was not telling a story. Then came a day when Sarah sat in front of her canvas, brush in hand, and found herself unable to paint. The pressure of perfection had silenced her creativity. She was lost, trapped in a maze of her own making. It was then that she realized the truth. Her pursuit of perfection was not elevating her art, it was stifling it. She was so focused on the flawless execution that she had lost sight of the essence of her art, the emotion, the story, the authenticity. She decided to let go. She decided to embrace the imperfection, to let her brush dance freely on the canvas, to let her heart guide her hand. And as she did, her art began to transform. It became more raw, more real, more powerful. She was no longer painting images, she was painting emotions. Sarah's art started resonating with people. It spoke to them, moved them. They could see themselves in her work, in the perfectly imperfect strokes, in the emotions that bled through the canvas. Sarah's story is a testament to the power of embracing imperfection. It's not about settling for less, but about freeing ourselves from the shackles of unattainable ideals. We've seen how Sarah found freedom in imperfection, but what does this mean for us? Let's take a moment to reflect on the essence of our story. It is about embracing imperfection, a concept that may seem counterintuitive to many. We've been conditioned to strive for perfection, to iron out our flaws and polish our strengths. But this pursuit often leads to stress, burnout, and a sense of never being good enough. It's a never-ending race, and the finish line keeps moving further away. Embracing imperfection is not about settling for mediocrity. It's not about throwing your hands up and saying, "Well, I guess this is as good as it gets." No, it's far from that. It's about acknowledging our humanity, our fallibility. It's about accepting that we are works in progress, and that's perfectly okay. When we let go of the unrealistic expectations we set for ourselves, we open the door to possibilities we may never have considered. We give ourselves the freedom to explore, to try, to fail, and to learn. We foster creativity because we are no longer bound by the fear of making mistakes. We allow ourselves to grow in ways that the rigid confines of perfection would never permit. Moreover, embracing our imperfections can lead to improved mental health. It alleviates the pressure we put on ourselves to be perfect. It helps us cultivate self-compassion, and it can make us more resilient in the face of life's challenges. It's a kinder, gentler way of living that can lead to a deeper sense of contentment and well-being. So you see, there is power in imperfection. It's the power of authenticity, the power of vulnerability. It's the power of being human, and it's a power that we all possess. It's about time we embrace it. In the end, embracing imperfection is about accepting ourselves as we are, imperfectly perfect. It's a journey of self-acceptance and growth that can lead to a richer, more fulfilling life.